What's up, everyone? Today I'm joined by Seahaven. This is a very special edition because, Eric, you don't normally join these, so it's a big deal.
I haven't done an interview probably 10, 15 years.
He's very elusive.
Yeah, very hard
I'm just
to...
not the guy.
Not really a people person. He likes to stay away.
I'm not the guy. He's the guy.
If I say you're like a Gollum character, do you get that reference?
He's reclusive. He's in a cave. He's scary.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like Eric.
That doesn't sound like me.
Okay.
But I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy you're both here.
Thank you.
Can I just as a little icebreaker? Great band starting. Little icebreaker. Okay, this is my little party trick that I do.
Wow.
Please take a look at the shirt. It's not for you. Okay. It's mine. But
Are you sure I can't have it?
You can't have it unless you fit in a extra small or whatever.
Wow.
Show to camera.
Whoa.
Show to camera. What?
I've never even seen that.
What do we
one.
got here? Do you remember what year would this have been?
Can I see?
I think this photo is like.
What is it?
I want to say like
flower.
plants outside of like my parents' house or something.
Really?
That might be a guess. I have no. This is a very old shirt.
I feel like I know all of our merch. I've never seen that.
Wow.
I think Alvin maybe took this photo. I have
don't
no
know.
idea. This is 150 years old. This is a.
Did you get
So-
this in Virginia or did you get it out here?
I would have gotten it in Europe, yeah, for sure.
Okay, dang.
You need to hold on to that.
I will. I'm gonna sell it for. Band's about to kick down the doors.
That's very
Okay.
Nardwuar of you, by the way.
Is it?
Like, I was like, wait, what are you breaking out
Are you
right now?
taking inspo from Nardwuar?
No, I'm not, but I could, because at the end of this interview, I'm gonna freeze for the thumbnail.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Cool.
no,
No, let's do
but
it.
I've
And then
done
we
that.
all
I've
freeze
done
and
that
try
before.
to see who outlasts one another. Yeah.
Exactly, without like being just feeling super awkward.
That's awesome, though. Cool.
Okay, so two major things are happening. The Winter Forever anniversary tour is in full swing. That's a big one for Seahaven in 2026. And another one is your new album coming out in
Yes.
June 5th?
Yes.
Self-titled?
Self-titled.
Okay, we're going to talk about that in a little while. But maybe start with the slightly nostalgic, anniversary of Winter Forever. What was, now looking back at it, what was kind of going on behind the scenes in your lives? Do you remember what sort of situation you were in and how you came to write that album and how that whole era felt like for you guys?
I think it was a pretty exciting time. We put out our first technical release, which was an EP in 2010, and Winter Forever came out in 2011. So it was kind of like pretty like a lot of momentum happening in that time. And that was when we first started to go out on the road. So we put out the EP Ghost, and then did a first
We
maybe
did like
one
West
tour maybe?
Coast runs, like local regional stuff, and did Winter Forever. Like we just got out of high school. It's like this,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We were probably 18, 19 at the time.
18, I recall just wanting to make music that we liked and go on the road and play. We just wanted to go on tour.
Yeah.
Just get on the road, play shows, explore. Like it was as pure as that. But this dude, he's the writer. Things pouring out of him. I was lucky enough to be there hitting the drums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
just
it
the
was.
messenger.
I don't know. It was. I look back on that time, and again, like you said, like we were very wide-eyed and just like excited to be out doing it.
Yep.
And they say like your whole life to write the first record, and then a year after that, whatever. So we did the EP at first, but that first full record is kind of like this is gonna be like the statement. You know what I mean? Like the first actual full length. But no, it was very exciting. A lot of new experiences happening, and first time playing festivals and things like that, and making friends with other bands. The first tour, was half the shows fell through. We were just playing in very obscure. He booked half of it, and it was very like starting from the ground and like building up from scratch. And like, if I could go back, I would definitely do it the same way. Like
Yeah?
it definitely
For
builds a lot of character.
Best
and
time of our lives.
makes you appreciate as you kind of slowly see it scale, and yeah, you just appreciate each level you can kind of climb a little bit. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a lovely response. I'm glad to hear that.
Cool.
Because sometimes I hear that people are like, oh, actually, this album kind of had such an impact on people, but actually, I think, I was totally fucked up during that time or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's really lovely to hear that you have kind of good memories from that record. That's awesome.
The shows, the recording of it, the whole thing was definitely like a fond memory of like the beginning of the project.
Yeah. And how do those songs sit with you now? What's the overall impact of that record for Seahaven as a band?
It's interesting because I haven't listened to it for many, many years until we had to kind of like relearn some of them. And a lot of the times you kind of go back and listen, you kind of like wince a little bit or like, maybe whatever. But listen back, I'm like, I can get why people are kind of attached to it. It's very like high energy, kind of start to finish. And then like playing some of the songs that we didn't really play over the years was definitely fun to like just kind of do the feel it live and feel how much like energy there really is in the songs. Like, this is, maybe we should have been playing, like throw some of these songs in the set over the years, whatever. But I enjoy it. I don't know. I think we did like a remix, remastered version. When was that? Like on the
2021.
Yeah, it would have been the 10-year anniversary of it. So I think I prefer that version a little bit. It just sounds a little cleaner than the first recorded version. But I enjoy listening back to it. You can hear there's like two sides of it. You can hear like the youthfulness in it, but at the same time you could think I was like 18 and like I would say I'm still proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Like think about my mindset as an 18-year-old. That
you were 18. Yeah, you were 18. That's crazy.
So,
yeah.
I still enjoy it, I'd say.
Awesome. Now I'd say like in the realm of like kind of like Reddit music nerd subculture, like it's a classic record. It's a timeless record almost.
I hear people will say this when I meet fans at this tour we've done, and I kind of don't believe it. I go, really? Because to me, it's been like, this is just the record we wrote as we were like kids, and we toured on it, and then life went on. We've made several records since. I didn't know that it had some sort of impact on people, and I'm learning it now. Like 15 years later, it's been very nostalgic.
Yeah.
Getting our headspace back in Winter Forever, drumming up old merch designs and trying to like get that aesthetic moving again, using the old fonts and whatever. So it's very nostalgic for us and meeting fans who are like, with their children, like they have like their son with them. He's like, this is my 2-year-old son, Bob. And yeah, I remember seeing you guys 15 years ago and it's been one of my favorite records. It's been very, very cool to hear that and makes this all feel very worth it. Because it's a lot of work to get out here and do all this, but I feel like it's going over very well with the fans and people are appreciating it and crowd surfing and going nuts.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I've kind of figured that out 15 years later. I was like, oh, wow, like look at him go, shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, did you see, were there any particular kind of familiar faces that you saw that you were like, oh shit, that dude was there? I mean, I guess what you were saying, like that dude's here, has got
it's interesting,
a kid now or
like
whatever.
seeing the timeline of it, because for me, it feels, decently far in the past, but it doesn't seem that long ago. Like he'll have to remind me, like, just as far as the touring game, like, it's like, you have to remember we haven't toured since 2016.
I cannot believe 15 years have passed since this record, or a decade since our band's properly toured. That blows my mind.
Totally.
It's been a decade since we've like got in the van and like went out there and we're setting up, sound checking. That's wild. Sorry to cut you off. It still blows my mind.
Yeah, so it's been a decade, but it really doesn't feel like it's been that long. So when it comes to the fans coming out, and they'll show you like, can we recreate this picture? And I'm looking at it, and it's like I almost don't recognize myself, but also like them, like they were, in high school or even middle school, like very young at the time, and like seeing them now, like they're just, I don't know, they seem like an adult, like roughly my age, but it's like, no, like so much time has elapsed, and it just doesn't seem like it's been, you know what I mean? Like time just flies, and you don't really notice it as it's kind of passing you by, and like, I don't know. I guess if the record's 15 years older, I guess that means we're 15 years older, which is kind of a trip to think about.
Right.
But you don't always connect the two, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. Yeah, it's like an out-of-body kind of who am I? Identity crisis. I mean, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Were you involved with any of the booking for this tour, regarding like where to play? Was this a conscious decision, or it just kind of ended up like that? That Germany was kind of.
Did we mention Germany? Well, it was the UK shows initially, and we pretty much said we're already over there. Let's cross the moat and go to the mainland.
Right.
And
Well, I think initially we wanted to do just generally, just get over to Europe, and then the UK shows got locked in first, and then we kind of pushed. We had to push a little bit, like let's cross over and do some mainland. But Germany, definitely out of the times that we've been through Europe, have been kind of highlighted shows, I think. And I think when it comes to like the streamers and whatnot, like I think Germany is like lands higher on the list. So like maybe people like us here, but like we've always had fun shows here. So yeah, it's definitely wanted to make sure we like hit at least a couple of the main Germany markets.
Nice.
Yeah, we
Thank you very
have
much.
some good memories here.
Much appreciado.
Yeah.
Do you have? Is there anything in particular that you can think of?
Well, back in the day, we were a little wilder, I'd say.
Of course.
Nothing too crazy, but I think we kind of like, as we said, we're 15 years older now. We move a little slower. Everything hurts a little bit.
yeah.
So no, just kind of going out and meeting friends and going out on the town and just fun tour memories, I'd say. Kind of running through Germany and just Europe in general. It's always fun because again, you don't like when you're out here, especially when we were younger and just having like someone to take us around and drive and handle all like the responsibility part of it. And we're just like, okay, it's kind of like a little less pressure.
Yeah.
Than to touring in the States.
Yeah. But were you TMing back then?
Oh no, I was the opposite of a TM.
You
I was the one
the-
giving the TM problems.
You
You know, like
kid.
where's Eric? It's van call.
He's had a strong evolution over the years.
I've yeah.
Interesting.
15
interesting.
years. You know what I'm saying? A lot happens.
I was gonna say, like, what's changed in your personal lives as well as in, I mean, we talked about musical maybe a little bit, but yeah, personal lives.
A
then
lot.
versus now.
There's been kind of a lot of, I think that's why we've kind of had some starts and stops, and like as far as the timeline of the band, like, you know, the way the trajectory has been. We've all known each other I've known him since I was 3 years old, so we've always been close.
I gave her the rundown. I said, you and I go back 30 years.
Yeah.
Cody, our guitar player, we met 28 years ago. And I met Mike D, our bass player, 20 years ago. Like, we're in the decades of friendship and brotherhood and have that foundation. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling a moment of gratitude. Feel that? You feel that?
Yeah.
Gratitude.
It's pretty crazy when you think about it that way.
Definitely.
Just a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've known each other for years, so we've always been close as friends, but so it's not like a situation of the band starting and stopping because there was like some disconnect within us as friends. We've always been close, but just people end up doing different things as you get older. You have, you know, little detours and side roads you take and that, you know, preoccupy your time. So just a lot, yeah. But again, it's this weird kind of thing where a lot has happened, but at the same time, like, it doesn't feel like it's been that long since we've toured, but it's been a decade, so I don't know, it moves fast and slow at the same time.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you mentioned that kind of time off, I guess, in between Reverie Lagoon and Halo of Heart. Mm-hmm. Is that kind of, or after Halo of Heart, were you on a hiatus? Like, what was the status of Seahaven over the years?
We've always been, I don't know, there wasn't any huge catalyst of like, this is it. This is like, we're breaking up or anything really like that. And I know like some bands kind of take the route of saying, okay, well, we're not going to do this, so like let's hang it up and officially whatever. But for us, it's just kind of life took over. We were doing different things.
And then like years fly by.
Then years fly by.
Like, it's like, fuck, it's been 2 years since we've played. Like it's like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, so we did Reverie. We toured a couple years on that, and then just took some time away from music.
Yeah.
He kind of stuck to it and did some like other side gig stuff, and then And then the happenstance of Halo of Hurt was that it just came out in peak COVID, and then no touring happened for anybody. So if COVID weren't to happen, then we probably would have been steady since 2020.
We probably would have done a 10-year Winter Forever tour and not
Instead of
having
15.
to
Yeah.
wait to 15.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that was kind of the reason for like the stop at that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is, in hindsight, it's like you should have just called it a breakup, and now you could be like, surprise, like reunion, because it's working really
it seems
well
like
for a lot
bands
of
do
it.
Works
that
for
on
everybody,
purpose, but we're pretty genuine. It's like we're not broken up. There's no hiatus. We're just kind of just chilling right now. You don't got to say it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
And then 2
gotta
years
label
flies
it.
by and we get like a tour offer. We're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we should go do that. Like
Yeah.
it's been a while. That's what kind of got this going again. Was we got offered to play with our buddies in Turnover when they're on their Peripheral Vision tour.
From Virginia, might I
Oh,
just
for
say?
sure.
Yeah.
We hadn't played in a while, and then that opportunity to play with them got us in a room together, and just us being together, amps on, playing was like, hey, Winter Forever turns 15 next year, and we're like, wait, what was that riff you were doing? And it really just organically just came out like that, which
Right.
is we're so
Awesome.
lucky that happened. You know,
Yeah.
this wasn't some big plot. It just happened. Happenstance. You know.
And that's kind of how you do a lot of writing too, right? Like you don't sit down and you're like, I'm gonna write a song. It just kind of comes to you. Is that?
Yeah, it's got to
How
be
it works?
organic. I think maybe I'd benefit. I've heard different like schools of thought. Some people are saying, just whether it be writing or music writing or any sort of creative kind of exercise, just to sit down for like an hour a day and do something and just see what happens of it. Maybe you get onto something, maybe you don't. But for me, it's always just kind of been, there has to be some sort of kind of like opening of the portal, like whatever is kind of going on. And I don't know, for me, it kind of goes in waves. So like I'll kind of be kind of low and slow for a while, and then I'll pick up a guitar. Sometimes a lot of the times it'll stem from picking up literally just an instrument that isn't yours for whatever reason. I don't know why it's like that, but I'll pick up like a friend's instrument or something at a store, and then you start playing. It's kind of weird. You'll play a riff that like you just wouldn't normally do.
I've never heard you say that.
I don't know why that
That's
happens.
a trip.
And I'll start playing
Whoa.
it, and then once you get like, usually it starts with the riff and the melody and the verse, and then it's kind of off to the races. And then once you start, the lyric mind starts working, then it kind of like unfolds and goes into potentially a project or whatever it might be. Yeah.
Whoa.
So you just gotta naturally kind of let it happen. For me, at least, that's how I do it. Yeah.
Well, what did you know? You learn something new every day.
He never asked me any questions.
Even after
I didn't
30.
know.
Oh,
I
maybe
doesn't
thought
that's
I
care.
knew everything about him at this point, 30 years in, but
He
that's a
doesn't
new
care.
one for me.
But you can still spice things up in the bromance.
Now I know when he has
by
writer's block, I'll just find any random guitar and be like, here.
you throw it at
See
him.
what happens.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do we want to dive into the self-titled? And it's because it's going to be self-titled, no?
It is self-titled, yeah.
It is. So usually that's a big deal when a band's like, yo, self-titled. Does it feel like that? Does it feel like a kind of defining moment in the history of Seahaven in terms of like you really found your sound, or why is this one the self-titled?
I think so. I think it started off, floated around a few different titles, and kind of more as we kind of trudged forward and through the recording process and all that. It sort of just felt like the time to do it, and we've been away for a while, and sonically it feels like a pretty well-rounded representation of like what the band has done up to this point, and like introducing new sounds, and just kind of like if you were to hand somebody, a record of what this band sounds like, it feels like a pretty strong representation of kind of what we are. So I don't know, and then but there is a little bit of that pressure, like, oh, it's is this the defining record? So there's like a little apprehension, but at a certain point you just got to jump off and just make the move. So yeah, I think it's a good one to stamp that kind of moniker on. Yeah.
Absolutely, that sounds awesome. And the singles that you've put out already, I think, have resonated pretty strongly with the elder emos, as we like to say.
Cool.
We also have to February Flowers, the official the music video. I read a couple of comments on YouTube, and someone was saying, where did Kyle get his swagger from?
Wow.
'Cause,
I haven't read any comments. That's awesome. And you know what the
You should.
answer is? He was born with it.
Hey.
That's the answer.
That's
There
why I
you go,
keep him
baby.
around.
He was born with
That's
it.
why he's been around
Hype
for 30
man.
years.
Personal
I'm
hype
gonna go
man.
comment that from my own
Yeah,
personal
you
account.
should.
That's funny. I like
there's-
that.
That's awesome.
I mean, there's definitely it definitely feels confident. Like, it doesn't feel like an 18-year-old hiding behind, like, shredding, like you know?
Yeah.
We do need to talk about this, the logo, the design, the winged hoodie, and the whatever's on the design that's on the bass drum.
Good eye.
The wing theme. What's happening there? Can we get a little snippet?
It kind of ties into lyrical themes that kind of get summarized on like the last little epilogue, kind of at the end of the record. So, out of context, maybe doesn't make too much sense, but as you listen to the songs or the record start to finish, rather, it'll kind of like make sense. But there's references like to what that is. Yeah.
So a little Easter egg.
Do you like
I
that?
say
You
that's
like
a
that
great.
one?
I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
don't
Piece it
just
together.
say. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
You got
I
some
don't-
digging to do.
For me, whether it be in film or music, my favorite stuff is always little Easter eggs or little kind of hidden messages, or back in the day with the CDs, like secret tracks, things like that. So
yeah.
I don't know. I've always liked putting that in the music because, I mean, to this day, like I'll talk with Cody about this stuff because he's kind of more of a lyric guy, but just different lyrical things that happen in certain records and across our discography that I'm like positive probably no one will ever get, but some of them like are just for me at the end of the day because they're like kind of layered. But if anyone really like deep dives into them, I'm like, there's like fun stuff to find in there and little references and stuff. So
I feel like now, like, insert call to action. So, like,
Yeah.
all the Seahaven peeps out there
there's
to,
always
like,
a couple layers to them. Yeah.
dissect
yeah.
the entire discography. Okay, couple more, then I'll let you guys probably warm up. I don't know. Do you warm up?
We'll probably walk on stage.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing my rudiments right now, but it's cool.
He doesn't do
I'll
rudiments.
shake it out. Hey, practice. Stop. I do my rudiments. We playing a little bit, but we're
Whenever you need to go,
no,
just
we're
shout.
so fine right now.
Okay.
Until they're done.
Let's talk about touring for the self-titled. Is that kind of happening? You think?
I certainly hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna go out. We'll probably come back here, I'm assuming. Right now we're trying to figure out the best course of action as far as, because we sort of just did a big chunk of the U.S. And so right now we're kind of lining up what the rest of the year looks like, and hopefully hitting some new spots on the globe that we haven't hit yet. So yeah, just kind of gearing up to really make sure we kind of put our best foot forward to kind of get out and play this record, seeing as the last one I think collectively played 5 shows off of, all in which were in California. So this time we want to definitely like give it its proper light and, do some touring on it.
That's what I would have thought, because I feel like, oh man, like people that put out music during the pandemic, like got done dirty because like that's what
They
you
just
want to
lost
do, right?
records,
Like
yeah.
like release and then like tour off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do it. We'll
So
do it
dates
this
to
one.
come. Yeah,
Okay. Awesome.
We'll be back. We'll be back here.
And in the spirit of anniversary shows, because there are so many anniversary tours. Like I don't know when it became popular. I guess around like 10 years, probably 10 years ago, people started doing 10-year anniversaries. Now people are doing 20-year 15, 20-year anniversaries. Is there a particular record that you would like to see an anniversary show of?
Oh my
That's a good
God! Don't
question.
get me started on this. Oh
Please.
yeah.
I missed one recently. I missed the.
We have a very famous one we saw.
We did? What did we see?
His mom bought us tickets to see Blink-182 self-titled
Shit.
at that
that was like 10
Fonda?
years ago, though.
At like a
It
small
would have been
venue
2014,
in LA.
right? Because it came out
Something like that.
2004. I don't know. Somewhere
We
around
said
there.
that would be on my list, and we freaking witnessed that. It was awesome.
Yeah, that
Wait,
was
so
fun.
that
Front
would've-
center.
But that was a long time ago.
That was way back in the day. That was a good one though. There's
Wait,
a lot of records
There
I
was
wish
an
I could see.
anniversary. Wait.
There was like a
anniversary
show
Might
that
not have
they
been a
did.
tour. It was
Just
a show
single
in
LA
LA.
show, and we were lucky enough to be there.
You lucky bastard.
So sick. I remember
Okay.
that. That was a
Okay,
big
It was
well,
a
one we
really
did.
intimate venue.
That's
We were like
iconic.
right up front. It was pretty cool. It wasn't like a big arena thing at all.
Was Tom
Tom,
there?
it was the full.
Tom
it was like the
there.
original
Yeah.
lineup. Yeah. It was great.
I
It's the only
think
time
I
I've
would think
seen
I was crying. I was just crying the whole time singing along.
Yo.
But other records, I don't know. Anything. What about you? If you had to pick one, Soto.
I just miss the Death Cab Transatlanticism tour that they did.
That one's coming here.
I don't even know if we were home. I don't know if
I think
was
we were
home.
out of town.
Coming here. I got dibs on
I
that
missed it.
show. Yeah.
I'm so bummed I missed it. That would have been really good. Every time I listen to that record now, I just get bummed out because I know I missed the tour.
Oh no.
But no, like things like
Might
that will
do
kind of
it.
give you perspective of like you see why people get excited to come out. For instance, for this tour, like if an album makes like a pretty deep impact on you, like seeing it in full is a fun thing to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty cool thing.
It's a great way to put it. Yeah.
And but there are people who feel that way about your album, like who feel
Right.
that way about Winter Forever.
It's crazy
Right.
to see.
Which is yeah.
Very flattering.
Last one, I used to, inspired by Haley Williams, I used to take like a Sharpie and write Winter Forever on like a tank top.
Really?
And wear it around. Yeah, that's
Very cool.
how I used to roll, you know.
Thank
I
you.
think I
That's
used to
cool.
do that
So-
as a kid too.
Yeah.
We've made our own merch.
with your own
Well, like there was, like when we were young, this was like maybe as Hot Topic was like emerging, but like band T-shirts weren't really accessible outside of like going to shows. And like if you're a kid, you're maybe going to one a year if your parents
Yeah.
take you. So I would just like get plain white shirts and just like make my own with the Sharpies and like draw them on there.
True.
Yeah.
True.
We did do
yeah.
that.
Because
That was cool.
Damn.
I have a beanie too, but I didn't want to show up in like full on Seahaven.
That would've been
swag.
awesome.
Nice.
It would've been
I would have
a
known
bit
that was
much.
you riding up on your bike. I'd be like, oh, this must be. That would have been awesome.
On that note, have an awesome show here in
Thank you.
Hamburg. I
Thank
mean,
you.
yeah.
Very cool.
Up top.
Thank you
Up
so
top.
much.
Thank you guys.
Sweet.
And thank you guys for watching. And see you next time. That's great. That's it.
Awesome. And they just finished their set.